means by adding MySQL to that database tier of that complete open integrated stack, we address more applications. We satisfy more customer requirements. We make the Oracle solution more complete. That's why MySQL matters to Oracle and matters to Oracle customers. And that's why it makes sense. Thank you. And that's why it makes sense for Oracle to invest in MySQL. Now, if you take a look, at that complete open integrated stack, and you think about the open source components that are part of it, Oracle has the most complete LAMP stack. We have Linux, we have Xen-based virtualization, Apache, Glassfish, MySQL, and certainly support for most popular programming languages, almost all of which have open source implementations. We invest in MySQL. What does investing in MySQL mean? It means making MySQL better. It's already the #1 open source database for web applications. We need to keep it that way. We're going to continue to develop and promote and support MySQL. We're going to improve engineering, leverage Oracle's existing 24/7 award-winning world-class support organization. And we're going to continue to enhance the Community Edition. If we starve the Community Edition, then MySQL will stop being ubiquitous. We want MySQL to be used by everyone. Now, that investment is steered by a few goals. First, of course, we want to keep MySQL strong where it already is strong. Strong for web applications. Good for embedded applications. Good for telecom applications who need that real-time support through cluster. We need to keep it part of the LAMP stack. What would LAMP stack be without MySQL? But we also want to make sure that MySQL is a great database on Windows. One of the things I was very surprised to find out about when I first got engaged with Sun here in the acquisition process is that by far the #1 download platform for MySQL is Windows. But it's not the #1 platform for deployments. We're going to invest to make sure that MySQL is a great database on Windows. Another very interesting thing that became clear during the acquisition process is that Oracle customers who use the Oracle database for many applications also use MySQL. They use it because it's good at different things. Even customers who have enterprise licenses. So an enterprise license means that customer can use unlimited amounts of Oracle database, yet in many places they still use MySQL. So what we're going to do is we're also going to invest in engineering projects to make MySQL fit within the Oracle infrastructure. So that means that one way that you can manage MySQL will be through Enterprise Manager. You won't have to manage it that way, but you can. If you're an existing Oracle customer, that will be your preferred way. If you want to manage the backup of MySQL, you'll do it using something called Oracle Secure Backup, which is what you use to manage your Oracle database backup. If you generate audit records in your application, and you want to securely store those, you'll use Oracle Audit Vault. So by integrating MySQL into that kind of database surround that we use for Oracle database, will make MySQL much more appealing for existing Oracle customers. Now, when I talk about making MySQL better and the things we're going to do with MySQL, you might have the impression that somehow we believe MySQL isn't good already. That's not the case. We think MySQL is a very good product, and it's clear, it's obvious. MySQL is everywhere. It's ubiquitous. I mean, you don't become ubiquitous with a bad product or a bad technology. It's a good technology, it's a good product, but we're going to continue to invest in it to make it better. You also don't get to be used by tremendous web properties like Google and eBay and Facebook unless you have a good technology. And to all those customers, I would say thank you.